Hello, my name is Jiso and I'm reading Master Dōgen Shōbōgenzō. And we're about halfway through Sanji-no-go, karma in 3 times. The idea that sometimes karma comes back at you immediately, sometimes karma takes a little while to come back at you, and then sometimes it might not even be in this lifetime. So this is 3. Karma that receives retribution latterly. If in this life we produce and promote karma, and consequently in a 3rd life, or even 100,000s of kalpas beyond that, we receive differently matured effects. This is called karma that receives retribution latterly. That is to say, if people, having committed in this life either good or bad, feel the effect of good or bad karma in a 3rd life or in a 4th life, or even after 100,000s of lives, this is called karma that receives retribution latterly. Most of Bodhisattva's 3 asankaya kalpas of virtue is karma that receives retribution latterly. 3 asankaya kalpas, footnote says, a bodhisattva is said to accumulate virtue for 3 asankaya kalpas before becoming Buddha. It's a long time. Without knowing such truths as this, practitioners often harbour doubt, as the Venerable Gayata does when he is a layman in the present story. If he had not met the Venerable Kumaralabdha, it might have been difficult for him to resolve that doubt. When a practitioner's consideration is good, bad immediately ceases. When consideration is bad, good immediately ceases. Okay. In the country of Shravasti, once upon a time there lived 2 people, one who always practiced good and another who always committed bad. The one who practiced good deeds had always practiced good deeds throughout his life and had never committed bad. The one who committed bad deeds had constantly committed bad deeds throughout his life and had never practiced good. When the one who practiced good deeds came to the end of his life, through the influence of bad karma that receives retribution latterly, a middle existence in hell suddenly appeared before him. So middle existence is the existence between death and rebirth. Then he thought, throughout my life I have always practiced good deeds and have never committed bad. I should be born in a heaven realm. What reason is there for this middle existence to appear before me? Eventually, the following thought arose. I surely must have bad karma, which is receiving retribution latterly. Because bad karma is now maturing, this middle existence of hell has appeared before me. Then he remembered the good actions he had practiced through his life, and he profoundly rejoiced. Because of his manifestation of this excellent consideration, the middle existence in hell disappeared at once, and a middle existence in a heaven realm suddenly appeared before him. After this, when his life ended, he was born in the heavens above. Nice. This person who always practiced good deeds not only considers karma which latterly receives retribution is present in my own body, which must inevitably suffer retribution, he also considers further, for the good I have practiced throughout my life, also I will receive retribution in future. This is the reason that he profoundly rejoices. Because this notion is true, the middle existence in hell immediately disappears. A middle existence in a heaven realm suddenly appears before him, and when his life is over, he is born in the heavens above. If this person were a bad person, when his life ended and a middle existence in hell appeared before him, he would think, my practice of good throughout my life has been without merit. If good and bad exist, how could I be looking at a middle existence in hell? At this time he would negate cause and effect and slander the three treasures. If he were like that, his life would end at once and he would fall into hell. Because he is not like that, he is born in the heavens above. We should clarify and know this truth. When the one who committed bad deeds came to the end of his life, through the influence of good karma that latterly receives retribution, a middle existence in a heaven realm suddenly appeared before him. Then he thought, "Throughout my life I have constantly committed bad deeds and have never practiced good. I deserve to be born in hell. What reason is there for this middle existence to appear before me?" At length the false view arose. He negated good and bad and different maturation of effects. Through the influence of this false view, the middle existence in a heaven realm disappeared at once, and a middle existence in hell suddenly appeared before him. After this, when his life ended, he was born in hell. Tough stuff. This person, as long as he has lived, has constantly committed bad and has never practiced a single act of good. Not only that, when his life ends and he sees a middle existence in a heaven realm appear before him, he does not recognize it as karma that latterly receives retribution. And so he thinks, all my life I have committed bad, but I'm going to be born in a heaven realm. Clearly there was no good and bad at all. Through the influence of the false view which negates good and bad like this, the middle existence in a heaven realm suddenly vanishes. A middle existence in hell instantly appears before him, and when his life is over, he falls into hell. Thus, it was because of the false view that the middle existence in a heaven realm disappeared. Therefore, practitioners, you must never take this false view. Learn until you use up your body what is the false view and what is the right view. To begin with, negation of cause and effect, slandering of Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, and negation of the three ages, that's past, present and future, and of liberation are all the false view. Remember, our body in this life is not two and not three. If we idly fell into the false view and experienced, to no avail, the effects of bad karma, would that not be regrettable? When, while committing bad, we think that it is not bad, just because we wrongly consider that there will be no bad retribution, this does not mean that we will not experience the bad retribution. Court priest Kogetsu asks Master Chosa Kaishin, a past master has said, after we have understood, karmic hindrances are originally void. Before we have understood, we must atone for long-held debts. How is it possible that one such as the Venerable Simha and the great master, the second patriarch, atoned for their debts so completely? Chosa says, "Virtuous one, you do not know the original void." The other says, "What is the original void?" Chosa says, "Karmic hindrances themselves." Kogetsu asks again, "What are karmic hindrances?" Chosa says, "The original void itself." Kogetsu is wordless. Chosa then teaches him the following verse. Supposed existence is fundamentally different from existence, capital E. Termination of the supposed also is different from non-existence, capital N. The meaning of nirvana is atonement, is that one essential state is utterly without discrimination. Chosa's answer is no answer. Footnote, the priest understood the original state of emptiness and the concrete restrictions of cause and effect as two separate things, so Master Chosa wanted to suggest undivided reality. His intention was that the priest need not consider past karma, because there is only real existence here and now, but Master Dōgen recognized in this a tendency to negate cause and effect. which is important, isn't it? Because it doesn't matter how good I am at the moment, I still did all that stupid stuff earlier in my life. It's always going to be there somewhere. Chosa's answer is no answer. It does not possess the truth that Kumara Labda teaches Gayata. We should recognize that Master Chosa does not know the principle of karmic hindrances. When descendants of the Buddhist patriarchs pursue the truth through practice and experience, they must unfailingly clarify and know, in the manner of the Venerable Kumara Labda, this karma in 3 times. This effort is already the action of the ancestral patriarchs. We should not cease or neglect it. Besides this, karma in 3 times, there is indefinite karma. Karma in which retribution is received indefinitely. Goody. And there are also 8 kinds of karma. 8 kinds of karma are good karma that operates in the 3 times and in indefinite times, and bad karma that operates in the 3 times and in indefinite times. We should broadly learn them in practice. People who have not clarified this truth of karmic retribution must not randomly call themselves the guiding teachers of human beings and gods. We will inevitably experience retribution in 3 times for bad karma. But if we confess and repent, that will transform a heavy sin and cause retribution to be received lightly. Repent means, sange means, for example, recite the following verse. Gashaku shozu shoaku go kaiyo mushi donjin chi jushin ku I shi sho sho ise ga kon kai I sanga. The many bad actions that I've done in the past all have stemmed since times without beginning from greed, anger and delusion. They were produced by body, mouth and mind. I now confess and repent them all. Sounds like what we chant on a Saturday morning. It will also end our wrongdoing and make us pure. Oh, that's good to know. Further, if we take delight in good karma, that will promote good karma more and more. Everything depends on whether the making of karma is black or white. Black or white just means wrong or right, bad or good. The world-honoured one said, even with the passing of hundreds of kalpas, the karma that we make does not perish. When causes and conditions come together, effects and results are naturally received. You should all know, if your actions are purely black, you will experience the maturation of purely black effects. If your actions are purely white, you will experience the maturation of purely white effects. If your actions are black and white, you will experience corresponding maturation of miscellaneous effects. That's all of us then, right? For this reason, you should abandon actions that are purely black and that are a mixture of black and white. You should be diligent in practicing and learning actions which are purely white. Then all in the great assembly, having heard the Buddha's preaching, rejoiced and believed. Shōbōgenzō, Sanji-no-go, finished copying this in the head monk's quarters at Eiheiji Temple on the 9th day of the 3rd lunar month in the 5th year of Kencho, 1253, Ijo. This is one of the 12 chapters Master Dōgen began in the last years of his life. The version translated here is the one included in the 95 chapter edition of Shōbōgenzō. The version contained in the 12 chapter edition is slightly longer. Okay, we're about halfway through this last book. Very exciting. Thanks for listening. Take care.